and Canva are taking the world by storm, and I'm so excited. In this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes and share with you a few of my favorite tools for AI in Canva. Now, we actually did a video a couple weeks back about AI in Canva, and I'm going to share with you some additional tips and tools and some of the fun things that I love. I'm going to talk about Magic Write, Magic Design, and presentations and how you can use those, especially if you are in real estate. Now, by the way, we have videos like this that come out each and every week, so hit that subscribe button and the bell button, and I can't wait to dive in. All right, let's go over to my desk. Okay, so we're on Canva, and I'm excited to share with you a couple of these cool AI features. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about is Magic Write. So I'm going to click on this tab, and if you look up at the top here, it's canva.com/Magic Write. This is a great link to just check out because this is going to give you some more information about how Magic Write works. You can use it with docs, you can use it with social media graphics. And if you're familiar at all with ChatGPT, we've done a lot of training about ChatGPT. If you've missed any of that, we'll link some of that below. But it's a great way to generate text for any kind of graphics or PDFs that you might need. So maybe you just need some inspiration with social media. Maybe you want to create like a checklist or some sort of PDF, like a lead magnet for, moving tips or relocation tips, things like that. So that is really fantastic. And I want to walk through a couple quick examples. So again, canva.com/Magic Write. You could click try Magic Write right here to get to Magic Write. And you can also get to Magic Write really easily through a number of different places within Canva. So instead of clicking try Magic Write, I'm going to go back to Canva, just canva.com. And by the way, I'm doing all this on my computer. I find that from a lot of things in Canva, I prefer to do them on my computer versus my phone, but totally up to you. So I want to share a couple quick examples. I'm going to click into Doc right here, and this is going to create a document inside of Canva. So what you can do here, this is going to create kind of a blank template with a little, you can see some verbiage on the screen. I'm going to click this plus button, and this is the magic button. Okay. So I have here Magic Write. Now, by the way, a lot of these AI tools are only available for Canva Pro. So just a heads up on that. Okay, so under Magic Write, I could search anything and I could do whatever I want to do. So what I'm going to do is actually use it to generate ideas. So I'm going to type in here to create a list of 10 tips for buying and selling a home in San Francisco. Okay, and let's see what it comes up with. All right, so it's going to kind of quickly come up with a bunch of ideas, and I'm going to, of course, read through just like any AI. We're going to read it through. Work with a local real estate agent who has experience in the San Francisco market, research the neighborhoods you're interested in, get pre-approved for a mortgage to know your budget, have a competitive edge in the market, attend open houses, et cetera, et cetera. So we go through and we've got 10 ideas. So this could be a number of things. This could be something that we turn into a nice PDF that we give out or we put on our website or we use as a lead magnet. This could get turned into 10 different social media tips that we then go into Canva and create some individual graphics using these tips. And if I was using this as a document, I probably would take a minute, probably format this a little bit, maybe make this a little bit bigger. We wanted to just turn this into maybe some sort of PDF that, again, maybe we were giving out, maybe we were putting on our website to generate leads or to generate emails. So let's see what this looks like. So we can just increase this really quick. And I'm going to make this really fast without doing really a whole lot of design. We're just going to kind of keep it really simple here. And instead of create a list of 10 tips for buying and selling a home in San Francisco, I'm just going to take out the word create. And then let's just take out list of. And then we can just increase this to make this a little bit bigger, make this a little bit bolder. We can even change it to, one of our brand colors. I'm going to change these color instead of kind of a bold. Maybe we'll make it not as bold. We can make it into kind of a subheading like that, and there you go. Now, of course, I would add on some additional information here. You could do all kinds of stuff, right? There's elements, and we could add, all kinds of fun stuff. You could add a little chart if you wanted about the market. You could add, a little icon if you wanted to add a little house icon on here. We could do that. We could just kind of make that a little bit smaller. Maybe we put that up at the top like that. And again, we can kind of change the color and really kind of have fun designing it. So if I get down to the bottom, of course, this is where you're going to want to put all your contact information. And so maybe then this is where you put your title and your email or whatever information you would like, right? Let's put in a couple basic things here like that. And maybe we just change this to gray. There we go. Now we have something pretty simple, and we, use Magic Write, of course, to create something which is kind of cool and simple. Now, we could also take this and use this for social media posts, as I mentioned. We could go and we could, copy these if we wanted to. We could go over to, let me go back home, and I could open up a Instagram post. I'm going to hit square. I often like to use the square post in Instagram because it's universal, looks great on Facebook, looks great on LinkedIn, looks great wherever. And now we've got this like blank screen right here. We could find a template we like. So maybe we want to search for a real estate template that we like. So we can search for real estate, and we can find all different types of templates in here. And we could use one, that's already done, or we could even just create one from scratch. I could simply take, if I go over to my uploads, I could upload a file, or we could just use this one. This is just a house photo. Let's put this over here. And now I've got all these tips that I copied and pasted. And I probably don't want to put them all into one, but we could paste them all. There they all are right now. And we could kind of manually cut and duplicate and create a number of different posts with them. I don't necessarily need to do that all right now, but you can see how you could take one piece of content and turn it into a lot of different pieces of content. So let's just make this white. See if I can do that like that. And let's make this a lot bigger so we can actually read it. We'll take out number 1 and let's go like that. Let's hit effects. We'll make this pop a little bit, maybe even outline it. And maybe we add a little title. Let's add a little text box. And we're going to say tips for buying and selling a home in San Francisco. All right. So we've got tip number 1, tip number 2, and obviously this, we're going to take a little bit of time to make it look right. But, there we go. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Again, we can maybe, add a little effect. There we go. And so now we've got the title and we've got tip number 1, and we can go on and, basically like rinse and repeat, right? So I could duplicate this and then take tip number 2, go back over here, take tip number 2, copy that, and then paste it in there, right? So we could do all that. There's also the bulk create option, which is really kind of cool, which is something that you can do also, which we've taught inside of our academy. So if you are part of our academy, you have seen that training where you can do some bulk creation in Canva. And if that's something you want me to share here on YouTube, let me know in the comments below, and I'm happy to do a training about bulk content creation, because that's probably a whole nother topic. But I also think it's important, of course, when you are using any kind of AI, to read it, make sure you're complying with fair housing, all that good stuff. Okay. So again, I could kind of rinse and repeat. I'd probably add my logo, customize it a little bit here. See if I can go down and add my logo. I have a little folder called logos. Let's add that. And there we go. And I probably would still kind of finagle this a little bit. I feel like this is a lot of text. I probably would maybe make this a little bit more transparent so I could actually read this a little bit better. Maybe I add a little box. Let's go back over to elements. Let's add a little square like this. Let's put a little square behind here, make this kind of pop a little bit. So there we go. And again, I didn't use a template. I just kind of created this from scratch. So, obviously you're going to want to play around with it and everything. And whatever you create over here is what you're going to want to duplicate, right? So I would say get your look all set, and then you can rinse and repeat and duplicate from there. So you can change around your, fonts and however you want it to look, like that. And there we go. And you can see just from a little bit of finessing that, it just makes it stand out a little bit better. The other thing I'll just say really quick with Magic Write is on any design, there's a little star button down here. It says Canva Assistant. You can click that, and you can also add Magic Write right down here. So you don't necessarily have to make a whole list. If you don't want to go into Docs and make a whole list, if you just want to open up a graphic or open up a blank, Instagram post or blank Facebook post or whatever it is, and hit Magic Write, you can brainstorm with AI suggestions, which is kind of fun. So that's that little star right there. Okay, so that's the first Canva AI tool that is fun. And by the way, the link for that again is canva.com/magicwrite. So that's going to go through and give you all the information about Magic Write. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about is Magic Designs. If you go to canva.com/magic-design, the link is right up here at the top. That's going to give you all kinds of information about what Magic Design is. And this is really fun. We're actually going to show you the presentation part in just a minute, but it's really fun for social media graphics. And it's just a way to really kind of take your graphics to the next level. So let's hit try Magic Design. And this is going to open up all the different templates that are available. And I find that this works really, really well for especially real estate. If you've got it just listed, just sold, open house, I find that it works really, really well. So there's tons of templates in here. Of course, you could even filter them by category, business, whatever it might be. Before I actually pick a template, I'm going to go right up here at the top where it says Try Magic Design, Inspiring Templates Crafted with Your Media. Okay, so we're going to click Insert Media. So before you even pick a template, check this out. You can insert your media. Now this is going to go to your uploads, and you can pick any upload that you want. You can upload right from your computer. So I'm going to click this. This is just a house that I uploaded, and it's going to take a second, and it's going to basically create some designs for you, right? Which is kind of cool. So all I did was I didn't even pick a template. I just uploaded a photo, and it gave me a bunch of stuff. It gave me like a Pinterest pin. It gave me a document. It gave me a yard sign. It gave me a virtual invitation. So from here, I can adjust it if I want and say, okay, I want to add a real estate vibe. Okay, so maybe we want to hit a real estate vibe. So it's going to kind of adjust it so we know now that it's a real estate vibe. We could change some of the headlines if we want to, maybe change it to just listed. With an example, let's add to results, right? And so now it's going to give us kind of things that are sort of just listed. We've got a video, we've got documents, we've got all kinds of good stuff, which is kind of cool. We could change this to open house and click add to results. And again, it's going to basically, based on that one picture, it's going to give us, a piece of media. Now from there, of course, I could upload additional photos. If I had other photos that I wanted to upload, I could do that. Oftentimes I see similar templates used all the time. What I love about Magic Design is it's a way to really create a unique design for you and your listing. So I love this one. I love this Instagram post one that it created. I love it because it's really simple. I'm a big fan of keeping things simple. So if you like it, so now what you can do is you can click these three dots and you can click customize this template or preview this template or report it. But let's we can hit preview and it's going to show you what it looks like. It's 100% fully customizable. You can edit and you're good to go. So let's hit customize this template. And what it's going to do is just bring it directly into your Canva. And from here, because this is the photo that you've uploaded, you don't even need to change the photo. And because you said it's an open house, you don't even need to change the words open house. So you're going to want to go in here and change anything you want. If you don't want the price, maybe you don't want the price listed. So we could take that out. Maybe instead of 100,000, you want to say open Sunday 1 to 4, right? Maybe you want to add the times on here, and I would make this smaller, right? So it kind of fits across the bottom of the text, like that, and move that down a little bit. Of course, you want to take out really great site, and put in your site. So let's put it in katielance.com. And then up at the top, this is probably like the company name right here. So you would put your company name or your brokerage name. For right now, I'm just going to delete that. And there we go. Now, of course, if you wanted to change the colors, I always recommend when it comes to Canva, the easiest way to make your designs look like your brand is to change the color. So even though this was AI designed, I would still change the colors to my colors. Again, when you have a pro account, you can use your brand hub. But if you have a free account, you can just add your brand colors. So I'm going to change this to my red. And you'll see at the bottom it says change all. Yes, I want to change it all to red. And let's change that to red. And then let's change that little doohickey up at the top we'll change that to red, right? Now, of course, you could also change your fonts. I like the fonts, but that's not really my brand font. So I would change that to my font. And let's change it to my font like that. And now it looks a little bit more like my brand, right? There you go. And again, I could kind of change this around, maybe increase that a little bit again if I wanted to increase that. But again, that was all through Magic Design, which is really kind of cool. And if you like this style, you can rinse and repeat. You know, you could duplicate this and you could use this for a just listed, right? You could duplicate it again for just sold, right? I love that you can duplicate things and just rinse and repeat really quickly, right? We could duplicate this again and put under contract. So whatever sort of the stages that you have with your properties, you could do that, which is great. This also says modern house. You can keep that if you'd like, or change that out. So there you go. Again, you're just going to want to go to canva.com/magic-design and click magic, hit where it says try magic design. And that's going to take you over to this window right here where all the Canva templates are. And you can pick a template, or like I said, honestly, I love just hitting insert media, and it's still in beta, so it's not perfect. Again, I personally love using it for just listed, just sold, but you could also use it for community content. You know, if you've got some great photos of your community and maybe you want to create, you know, a bunch of graphics around why you love where you live, or tips for relocating, or things to do this summer, that is a really fun thing to do. Now, the other thing you can use Magic Design for is presentations. And I want to take a second and just share with you the presentations part of Canva, because there's some really cool AI things that you can do where you take Magic Design and presentations together. So let's close out of that. If you haven't checked this out, you can go to canva.com/presentations. It'll give you all kinds of information about presentations. And I use this a lot because I give a lot of presentations. A lot of you know I'm a speaker. I get hired to speak as a keynote. I get hired to speak for workshops. I do a ton of virtual presentations. You know, if you're someone in real estate, what's great about presentations is this is really helpful for like listing presentations, or if you are doing any kind of you know, presentation. Maybe you're doing a first-time home buyer class, or you're, you know, presenting at your local sales meeting. It's a really easy way to create presentations quickly and easily. So if we go to canva.com/presentations, we're going to click create presentation, and it's going to take us to a blank slate right here. And there's lots of templates, which is awesome. And then of course you can also click Magic Design. So let's click Magic Design. And it says, generate a presentation with Magic Design. Describe what your presentation is all about. Canva AI will instantly generate a first draft with an outline, slides, and content. Just add details and practice presenting. Describe your idea in a few words and watch it as it smartly fills the slides with your story. I love that. It's a great Kickstarter. I wouldn't just use this to create your entire presentation, but it's a great way to just kick things off. It's a lot easier than looking at a blank screen. So let's click try it out. And it says, okay, use 5 or more words to describe your presentation topic. Okay, so let's see. Let's create a real estate listing presentation for a real estate agent in Austin, Texas. Let's see what happens. Dun, da, da, da. And I love these little quotes that come up. Okay, so here we go. It's going to pull up a bunch of different things, right? It's going to pull up some templates. It also, because I have a pro account, it's going to pull up things in my style and my colors, which is kind of cool. And if, you know, if I look at this, there's a bunch of different ideas. If I wanted to use any one of these, I could. If I wanted to start again, I could start again. And I love, if I look under your style, it's going to show how this could look in my brand colors, right? Because I've got my Katie Lance Consulting brand kit set up. So if you've got a pro account, you know, you've got your brand kit set up, it's a really easy way to create something kind of quickly and easily. So let's pick this first one. I really like that first one. Let's click create my presentation. And here we go. It says Austin Real Estate Listings Portfolio. The second one says Introduction to Austin, Texas. And it's got a little blurb about what Austin, Texas is. Our agency's history, has some information about the agency, our team, why Austin is a great place, featured listings, our process and services, and thank you for considering me. So as you can see, this is a nice shell, right? Like obviously you wouldn't take this and send this to a client, okay? But this is a great starting point, right? So first off, if you are from Austin, you would take this picture, you probably put a new picture in. I'm not from Austin, so I'm not sure, maybe that is an accurate picture of Austin, but it's not. If it's not, you would, you know, change the picture right here. This seems really great, but as someone who, if you know Austin, you might want to add some additional information in right here. And then this is obviously where you're going to add in some information about your brokerage, where you're at. This is where you can add information about your team. This is where you can, again, sort of edit it about why it's a great place to buy property, feature listings. Again, obviously these are placeholders. I would put in probably some of your most featured listings, or maybe some of your just sold. You might even take this picture out, put in a real picture of yourself with your clients. And then, again, at the end, your process and services. So it's a great shell, right, for what you're doing. It doesn't replace, of course, what you're doing, but that's one quick example. If I go click on Magic Design again, and let me close out of that. I'm going to keep this as an example, but let's go back over here. I'm going to click Create Presentation. I want to share one other quick example, and then we're going to wrap this up. So again, I'm in Presentations, and I'm going to click Create Design. So let's say for our presentation topics, let's put first-time home buyer tips, or buying a home and let's put San Francisco, California. Okay. All right. So this would be great, if you're giving maybe you're doing a Zoom class on first-time home buyer tips, or, you've been asked to maybe collaborate with your lender. So again, I can use my style, which is really cool. If I didn't want to use that, if I just wanted to kind of do something a little bit different, we've got different presentations styles right here. And, if I click on, let's say I like this one down here at the bottom, again, any of the ones that you click on, it's going to show you what it looks like. So it's, again, without a whole lot of effort, which is great time-saving tip. So I'm going to click under your style, because again, if I want to brand this for myself, I want to make it as easy as possible. I'm going to let's click on this first one right here, and we'll click Create Presentation. And there you go. So it's got a great picture right here. It's got a little blurb, and then it's going to go into some different things. Introduction to the San Francisco market, know your budget, research neighborhoods, work with a local real estate agent, getting pre-approved for a mortgage, understanding the home process, and closing the deal. So again, there's a few things I would do. I would go, some of these fonts are all different sizes, which kind of drives me bananas. So I would streamline my font size. I would, like this one has this cursive font here and a cursive font here, but it's like different sizes. So I would go through and just kind of make sure my fonts were the same fonts, my sizes were the same sizes, and then I would, add in my 2 cents. But it's a great starting point. There you go. Those are 3 of my favorite new AI tools with Canva. I really wanted to, like I said, take you kind of behind the scenes and show you step by step how we use them and how you can use them, especially if you are a real estate agent. So we'd love to see what you create, and let's go create some fun stuff in Canva. All right, there you go. I would love to hear from you. Are you using AI? Are you using Canva? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're looking to really take your Canva to the next level, guess what? We've got a free cheat sheet. Go to katielance.com/Canva, katielance.com/Canva. Download our free Canva checklist. This is going to be a huge help when it comes to taking your Canva creations to the next level. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, we'd love if you'd hit the subscribe button and the bell button, as we have new videos that come out each and every week. All right, we'll see you soon. I can't wait to see what you create over on Canva.